Hello and welcome to this month e-commerce network meeting that we are having with the Swedish Chamber of Commerce in China. My name is Helena and I'm from Empress Consulting, and with me I have
Simon Kai from Triple Digits.
And today's topic, we will discuss a alternative e-commerce platform in China called Dewu, or Poizon in English. Welcome. Okay, so today we will go through a few different things around the platform. So we'll have a short introduction of what Dewu is, and also talk a little bit about why brands should pay attention to this platform. This platform is a little bit special from other e-commerce platforms in China, and it's based on a social e-commerce community. So we will talk a little bit about that as well. The products that are sold on the platform it's important they are authentic, and they also have inspectors checking these products. So we will look into that as well. And then also see what categories and brands that are on the platform today. What is the cost and approval procedure to be a brand on the platform? And what potential can we see in the future from this brand? So a short introduction. This platform, Dewu Poizon, was founded in Shanghai. This is also where the headquarters is in 2015. So it's a relatively new platform. They started off as a sneakers platform. So it was mainly consumers selling cool sneakers to other consumers around China. But today there's a lot of different categories on the platform, and we would say that fashion and lifestyle, like cool brands, are in focus. The platform is totally app-based, and they have reported to have around 100 million monthly users. The biggest target group, which is different from like Tmall, is the Generation Z, around 50%, and 52% men and 48% women. So this also probably comes from how the platform started off, with the men being more interested in buying sneakers. But now today, there are a lot of other categories as well, like cosmetics, that also fits the women category very well. The platform's customers are mainly based in first and second tier cities, but we're also starting to see like third tier cities, like most other e-commerce platforms are also growing. There can be both flagship stores from brands on the platform, so like B2C, but also consumers selling to consumers, which might be the biggest part currently, C2C. And the platform is a little bit different from other platforms, and we'll look into that later, but it's very influencer content-based and interest-based, rather than working with like search words like you usually do on Tmall and Ding Dong. And why should brands pay attention to this platform? Again, it's not a traditional e-commerce platform. It's different. It's more based on the social community and recommendations from people that you admire or are influenced by. The gross merchandise value in 2020 was 100 billion, right?
Yes.
RMB. So this, Simon, is a little bit lower compared to like Tmall, but
yeah, I mean it's lower than Tmall, but it's very high value products.
Exactly, and it's a newer platform. We have to remember that the platform was founded in 2015, so we've been seeing a very high growth in the past years. There are not so many flagship stores on the platform yet, and with flagship store we mean like brand having stores on the platform, 500. So it also means that the competition is probably also a bit lower currently, but that might also change fast in the future. And like you said, Simon, the order value is higher than platform like Tmall. So the order value could be around maybe 1,000 compared to like 300. That is maybe a little bit more of the order value on Tmall. And we see a lot of trendy brands being on this platform, and they are targeting the younger target group. So we see both Chinese brands, but also international brands doing very well on this platform. So what is this social e-commerce community, Simon?
Yes, so Yeah, basically, as you guys can see on the screenshot, it's very similar to Instagram. So you have all the content generated by consumers, and you can have both like normal consumers, but it can also be influencers. And the way that people shop is that they actually scroll through the feed, right? So you will see, what is trending at this moment, and then you sort of click in, and then you discover that product. And then if you look at the second screenshot, you can see that your profile, if you guys are familiar with Tmall, it does have the second part, which shows the orders that you have done, and when you can expect to get it delivered. And also you can see, on the first part, like how many followers do you have, how many posts have you done. So that part is similar to Instagram.
Yeah, and I can also mention when I started to use this platform, the first thing I had to do was to like choose what influencers I wanted to follow. When you download the Tmall app for the first time, maybe then it's more about the brands and your preferences. So this is really like the influencers are in focus. And also what makes this platform special and has been like their special thing from the beginning is like their slogan of identify first, ship later. And so this means that all the products that are sold on the platform has to go through those logistics hub. And so that means that in the logistics hub, when Dewu is receiving the goods, they will have inspectors checking that the product is actually authentic and it's real. And they will put their certificate on it. They will put it in their special turquoise box and send it out to the end customers. And as we know in China, authentic products are very important because there's been a long history in China of counterfeit products. So this is, I think, Dewu has taken, an extra step further to really make sure that the consumers can feel, confident and that they are buying a real product and not fake. Especially when you are selling C2C as well, from a consumer to another consumer, to make sure that the product is actually real. And what categories and brands can we see on the platform, Simon?
Yeah, so you see nowadays a large variety of product categories. It's mainly still revolving through the fashion brands and shoes, but also you can see other luxury items. So the focus is on fashionable but higher value items. And then you have some brands that have brand stores like us with running Daniel Wellington, but also you have like Nike and Cartier, and yeah, obviously you can also find brands such as Gucci and Supreme, but that is through resellers. So you have people buying that from the US, maybe a limited collection, and then they come back to China and then they sell it on Dewu. So it's a possibility to both for stores and also for private people to make money on the platform.
Yeah, so we see there's a lot of like luxury brands, but also some more like lifestyle brands.
Yeah, so I thought I would just show you guys very quickly how the customer journey looks like for our flagship store of Denny Wellington. So as you guys can see on the left side, the people, they will discover the newest collections that we have through the feed, right? So we will actually work with a lot of influencers to make sure that they are posting products about our newest collections. And then when people see something they like, you can see on the second screenshot, then they can actually click on the product link, and that's how they make an order. So they see the product review, or it can be just like photos, and you can see like other people commenting, and that is how the customer journey looks like, right? And then the third screenshot is of our official store. So then obviously we have also a list of other products and with price, so people can see what other products there are. But actually that is not how people shop. So that is the biggest difference from Tmall, when people actually look through the flagship store and then they see so much information about each product. They don't on on the Dewu, but rather they are deciding whether to buy or not through the other people's reviews. So this is the biggest difference between Dewu and the platforms such as Tmall.
Yeah, because we talked about that in another session that we had, that it's, how important the content is, and, on the Tmall store, and how much design you have to, update it. So this is completely different, which is very interesting. But that probably also have to do with the target group and their behavior.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for like Tmall, for example, then, you spend a lot of, you have a big budget, you have a budget for your, SEM, or you buy banners or search words. So for Dewu, how do you think there for the marketing budget? Is that more based on the influencers then?
Yes, that's a very good question, Helena. So on Dewu, there's not a mature marketing platform such as on Tmall. So you don't really have a tool to, do ad spend, etc. But rather here you are using your brand value to create awareness, right? So for example, for Denny Wellington, that is a very popular brand in China. So we are able to send products to the larger influencers, and they are willing to, make reviews, etc. So that is how we create awareness on Dewu, right? Which in the end translates to sales. But I would say that even for a newer brand that is, new in China, but they have like a cloud, right? Like globally, they are like trendy, or like it's very in right now. I think they can succeed very well. So take if you have like a fashion brand, right? If that's a popular brand that's not in China at the moment, then you can work with using the same way the influencers sending the product, and they'd be happy to make reviews, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that's very, very interesting. So trendy brands should look into this platform. So how do you do then if you are a brand and you want to open a store? As I understand, not all the brands can open a store here, but you have to like apply or get approval from the platform. So what are the platform looking for? I think we already got a hint what kind of brands, but can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the brands that are welcome on the platform, right? It's actually it's sort of like not a standardized way that they accept. They will judge on the, the hypeness of your brand, right? That is how they decide if you can join or not. Another way we know that they're looking at is the existing sales on other platforms such as Tmall. Then that would be also a factor for them to decide whether or not they want you on the platform.
Okay. So this could also be a good alternative to Tmall, for example, if you would like to reach another target group. So even if you already have a flagship store on Tmall, this can be a good way to reach another customer group.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Yeah, and if you open a store, then you have to pay a deposit to the platform, which is on 50,000 RMB. So this is also similar to Tmall. And this fee you will also get back if you would close the store one day. So it's not really a cost. There's no yearly fee. Like Tmall and Jingdong, for example, they usually charge a yearly fee that you have to pay to the platform, but this doesn't exist here. There's a sales commission that you need to pay. It's 5% of sold goods or sold value that you have to pay to Dewu, probably on the monthly basis, or is it daily order basis?
It's the commission is based on the order value. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the inspector fee that we talked about, that each goods has to, or each order have to be checked by those inspectors, is 38 RMB per order. So this is a little bit high, but we have to remember also that the order value on this platform is also higher. And so probably, the platform is good for brands a little bit more premium and have a higher order value. And then the logistics fee from sending out from their hub to end consumers can be around 20 RMB, depending on where the customer is located in the country. And what potential can we see in the future of this platform, Simon? You worked with it for a few years now.
Yes, exactly. We have worked with the platform a few years, and initially we didn't have high hopes either. But then, we really were able to grow our store a lot. So the Danish Wellington store actually sells for more than 100 million RMB last year only on Dewu. So it
Yeah,
does
that is
show
great.
us, yeah, it does show us that there's a lot of potential, right? And
Yeah.
the consumer base is different from Tmall. I would say you know, as a brand, you are reaching another type of group which might not be on
Mm.
Tmall. I usually say, you know, if your parents are on Facebook, then you're on Instagram. So this is sort of like the Instagram, right, where they are looking for new brands, new cool products that they can
Mm.
buy, which is
Yeah.
something they might not do on Tmall, right? The Tmall is
Yeah.
more, you know, find whatever you already know.
Yeah. And I think this also shows that the consumers trust maybe the influencers more than actually the brands. Because on Tmall, again, you know, you put a lot of effort into doing the design and making sure that you're presenting your product in the right way. But
Mm,
here we can see that it's, you know, it's the influencers that are influencing the consumers to actually buy the product, and you know, creating these like social communities around, you know, the influencer, and then they
mm,
will recommend the product. So I think this is really something that will just keep growing in China. We already seen it for many years, social commerce,
yeah.
but this is really taking it to another level, I think, and putting it into one platform. So this, yeah, very interesting platform to follow and to try out.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm. Okay, that was it for today. Next month, we will talk about Tmall Global and why brands should look into this platform. Thank you very much. And if you would like to contact me or Simon, you have our contact information here. And if you would like to join our network in China, if you're a brand, please feel free to give us an email as well, and we will sign you up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
guys. Thanks for
you.
listening.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Have a good day. Bye bye.